Welcome to the event.
Cheryl Lieberman, most gorgeous bride.
Man van die dag, as het partner. Cheryl's Jewish. Good Shabbos. And John is from a Christian family.
Zondag is dan die Sabbat. Man, bly liever net stil.
Good morning, Zaheer.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I want to know a little bit about the story of how you came to direct this film. What appealed to you about the particular script?
So the directing happened almost by accident. Lo and I had been developing the material into, we didn't know what at the beginning, from a play into maybe a TV show, maybe a movie. And along the way, we'd collaborated with different directors. And in developing the material, Lo and I had a very strong vision for the film we wanted to make. And we had just come off doing something else together where we were not necessarily, where he and I were on the same page and had developed material together and written material together. And we brought a director in. And the process of settling that director into our vision had become complicated. And so when we got to this one, we had a director we were very excited to work with. And then it was clear that the director wanted to go in a direction that was different to what we had in mind. And so when we regrouped to go, okay, who are we going to bring in now? And we kind of started putting a list together. Out of that conversation was just a feeling that it was not necessarily the best thing in the world to bring an outside person in, because we knew what we wanted to do with the film. And and so I kind of just fell into it. I just became the natural next best person to do it.
My next question was actually about the cast. They're a very interesting dynamic group of performers. And you said there that chemistry between the actors themselves was very important in the casting process. How else did you go about finding those particular people to play these parts?
Okay. So the first part is that we wrote specific parts for specific actors. So Lo came to me with a play that he wanted to turn into something. There was never a question that Lo was going to play Lucas, the lead character. It was always a vehicle for him. So from day one, I had bought into Lo's ability as a star that he is, and I think Lo is on par with the best comedic actors in the world. And so I had bought into that. The next step was to make sure that everybody else in the film was at that same level and that they were in the same movie. Because I hate it when you watch a film and you have actors who are not what I say in the same movie. They don't philosophically come from the same place. And so, you often see it if you have a stage actor with a film star and they come from a different place and they're not really talking to each other. So we were very careful about handpicking the people we wanted to work with, and then we wrote the parts for those specific actors. For the parts that were cast, I have a phenomenal casting director in Susan Rousseau. She really understood what we were looking for. She understood energetically what the performers who were already in the film were going to bring, and then we found the right people to balance the comedy and the drama and who would integrate, who would work well with the people who were there.
Then I just have to remark on the 3 weeks to shoot.
Yes.
How on earth did you manage that?
I had a phenomenal team in my co-producer, my line producer, my production managers, really, really phenomenal people, all of whom I've worked with before, who are really the best at what they do. And then my phenomenal AD, and they just held the whole thing together. So yeah, it's planning.
What's very exciting is that Konfetti is not only going to be screened in South Africa, but it's actually participating in 2 big international film festivals in the USA. First of all, congratulations. I think that's a stunning, phenomenal achievement. Just what are your feelings around it?
The fact that the film is having its international premiere in Beverly Hills, in the heart of Hollywood, and that's quite cool. That's quite cool, and the fact that it will still be playing in cinemas in South Africa when I go there for the international premiere, I'm very excited about that and the possibility. And I have always said that my aim to make films is to make them travel, not to just have an audience at home, which is why I work in film and not in television. And and it's it's the fulfillment of why you do it.